Hi there, this is Crystal from All Bodies Welcome Hair Removal in Campbell, California. I'm an electrologist. I've been doing this 2019, and my office is in Campbell. And I thought I would come on here and talk about the history of electrology, how it started, and what the three modalities are. So when you come in for a consultation, you'll kind of have the basics down. So believe it or not, 151 years ago, a gentleman named Dr. Michel, he created galvanic electrolysis. Galvanic just means straight up electricity, direct current right from the wall to your machine, to your chin, and back to the machine. And I don't know about you, but I worry sometimes what did the probes look like 151 years ago? Our probes now are micro machines, so they're tiny, 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 like smaller than your hair. So I don't know what it was like 151 years ago, but I'm glad I wasn't there. So Dr. Michel had clients whose eyelashes were growing towards their eyeballs. I understand also that they treat animals for this particular condition, but he kept seeing these clients would come in at their eyeballs, eyelashes growing toward their eyeballs, and they kept plucking them. Then one day he got inspired, apparently by looking at the galvanic, what are those called? Those black metal pipes underneath your house, and cast iron, and that inspired him when he saw the way the lime and stuff like that sort of was crystallizing on the pipes. That's how I've heard the story. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I've heard. So that's the very, very, very first modality was galvanic. Excuse me. And galvanic, basically, we're going to be murdering your hair with chemical destruction. So when I'm in the follicle and I push the pedal, it's going to create sodium hydroxide, which is like a little bit of white lye. And as you know, lye is caustic. Your body's created it naturally from A, the gold metal of my probe, B, the electricity, and C, the salt water in your body, in the matrix. And when those three things are together, that's what makes that little bit of lye in the follicle, at the bottom of the follicle. And it's good stuff, really good stuff. It murders that follicle for sure. The bummer is, we all know, if you ever talked to me before, 500, 2,500 follicles per square inch seems like an uphill battle, but it's okay. It's possible. So that's how it all started. It was Dr. Michel in 1875. Okay, long time ago. Whew, 19th century. Sounds so long ago. So for some reason, somebody got inspired to do thermolysis, which is the second modality. I just turned the page here so I have all my dates correctly. Thermolysis was created by Dr. Bordier, and he invented thermolysis around 1923-24. Thermolysis is the radio frequency. It's also called shortwave, diathermy, coagulating the follicle. It works great too. It's wonderful. And we do know all three modalities are permanent. So one is not better than the other. They're just different. And honestly, I can have one client and use two different modalities. So also depends on what body parts. There's so many things. So there's no one perfect kind of electrolysis. They all work great. We know they're all permanent. But basically, thermolysis brings the heat. It brings the heat to the follicle. Excuse me. When you already have the galvanic going, which is the direct current in the follicle with the heat kind of makes it even more, like bubbles it up or gets it hotter down there in the follicle. So it's going to really kill it, which I love. And then when I pull it out, it's going to have that fat, juicy bulb and all that white stuff on there, that sheath. Oh, makes me so happy. So that's thermolysis. So there's galvanic first, then thermolysis in 1923-24, high frequency, radio frequency, and then I do mostly blend, and that's the third modality. Blend is the blend of both of those, galvanic and electrolysis, galvanic and thermolysis. When you come to my office, I'll ask you to hold a ground, and I'll let you know when you hold on to that ground, that allows me to put both signals through one probe. That's what I want. Now, sometimes I might do straight galvanic on you. Sometimes I might do straight thermolysis on you. But for the most part, I really like to put the heat and the electricity through the one probe. So you have to hold onto a ground. It's very strange, I know, but I promise you, no lightning bolts, no striking down. No. I do like to call myself an electrocutioner, but you won't be electrocuted. You have to hold onto the ground. If you let go of the ground, then I can only get the radio frequency through that probe. I like to combine both of them. That was invented in 1945. And I think Dr. Hinkle and St. Pierre, they're the ones that brought it together. And another person, I think, has a patent on it. But yeah, that was like in the 1940s. So galvanic, 1875, Thermolysis 1929, and then the blend around 1945. And then comes along laser around 1995. And that's when people started getting laser, stopped getting electrology. But now electrolysis is making a huge comeback. But if you know those three modalities, that's really helpful. And like I said, they all work great. They're all permanent. The FDA approved the Galvanic, I believe, as FDA approved. I should look into that if it's all three or just Galvanic. Anyway, we know that we're FDA approved. We know it's safe. We know it works. And yeah, sometimes when I do the Galvanic, people taste metal in their mouth. Very strange, but some people think it might be because the taste buds on your tongue get stimulated by the electricity. And when I say electricity, I mean really low level electricity. Remember, from the wall, it goes into my machine, which has PC boards. The PC boards kind of do its thing with the electricity and send it out through the probe cord into the filament, which I put in your follicle. So then the electricity has to have a complete circuit or a circle. So you have to hold that ground so it gets the complete circuit. So that's what I like to use this blend. I just want you guys to know how all three work and what order they came in. It's just galvanic, thermolysis, then blend in the time frames. And then later came laser. What I'm noticing now is my peers who had laser 25 or 30 years ago, now they're learning that their hair is growing back, or some hair is growing back, at least in the areas that they thought they already killed. But you have to remember, laser is hair reduction. Electrolysis is permanent hair removal. So reduction is great sometimes, you know. If a guy comes to my office, he has a very hairy back, I tell him, start with a laser and then come see me. I'll take care of the rest. I think they call those, the rest of those hairs, like we call those the pickups. So the gray hairs, the really stubborn hairs, and then blonde hairs, sometimes the laser can't pick up. So I tell them, come see me, get it all removed, and then we'll start working on it. Because otherwise, I'm going to be a bazillionaire. They're going to come see me for 100 hours, and it just takes forever on a man's back. So I figured it'd be better use of their money and time to get some laser and then come see me. So that's how I do it. That's how I say it. That's how I explain it to everybody. Maybe this helps you if you're trying to decide if you want to come in and try it out. I promise it doesn't really hurt as bad as it sounds. I mean, I'm a big baby and I don't love the way it feels, but I'm very motivated when I have it done because, you know, I want those kitty whiskers gone. Damn black whiskers. Oh, they make me crazy. I know they make you crazy too. If you have any questions, just text me 408-712-3809. Thank you. Bye, all.